The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. At that time, Jesus departed from Samaria to Galilee. For Jesus himself testified that a prophet has no honor in his own country. So when he came to Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him, having seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the feast. For they too had gone to the feast. So he came again to Cana in Galilee, where he had made the water wine. And at Capernaum there was an official whose son was ill. When he heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went and begged him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Jesus therefore said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." The official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "Go, your son will live." The man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him and went his way. As he was going down, his servants met him and told him that his son was living. So he asked them the hour when he began to mend, and they said to him, "Yesterday at the 7th hour the fever left him." The father knew that was the hour when Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live." And he himself believed, and all his household. This was now the second sign that Jesus did when he had come from Judea to Galilee. The Gospel of the Lord. In the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 17 to 21, we hear the prophet Isaiah giving an oracle of a new creation or restoration. The prophet tells the post-exilic community that God will create a new Jerusalem and a new heaven where they will forget the challenges, problems, and trauma they are experiencing. There will be eternal joy, no more weeping or cry of distress, no more premature death and infant mortality. There's going to be a peaceable environment. My dear people of God, such a community or nation is what we all hope and pray for. How God will create or restore the nation is not mentioned. However, the gospel of today tells us or highlights two practical ways through which God used to restore Israel. The first action has to do with Jesus, what Jesus did to bring about restoration of health to the official son who was dying. Touch has been one of Jesus' gestures to heal, but in today's gospel, it is a spoken word. Go, your son will live. This action of Jesus demonstrates how in the first reading, God creates the new Jerusalem and new earth. Jesus' action indicates that words are powerful. At creation, God spoke to create the heavens, the earth, and all therein in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 following. Words from us can make and unmake us and the community in which we live, because through the word of mouth, we bless our Lord and curse our brother created in the image and likeness of God. James chapter 3, verse 5 following. Brothers and sisters, there are many of us who are sick. Some are even living dead, as the Akan will say, due to reverberative words spoken to them. It therefore dawns on us as Christians to create new Jerusalem by healing souls and bodies as well as our communities, through life-restoring words or life-activating words. Again, the second action is a demonstration of an act of faith from the official. This act of faith was fully grounded on hope. Thus, an attitude of living where one seeks and finds through an attitude of deep trust in God. God requires from us as an act of faith in order to create the new heaven, thus to heal our body and soul and our community at large, as the official did in the gospel reading. The official son's health was restored through the faith of the father. There was no more weeping or cry of distress and premature death. In like manner, we and our communities can be healed when God's willingness is complemented by our faith. We are called to use life-activating and encouraging words coupled with faith in God, faith in authorities to bring about restoration, good health in body and soul. Lastly, to create new earth. God bless us all. Awurade ne mo ntena. Otumfo Nyankopɔn hyira mo. Agya no, ne Ɔba no, ne Sonson Kronkron no.
Lost sinners was slain, so I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for